The final Super Eagles list to represent Nigeria and Morocco is finally out. And of course, there are a few surprises here and there, but then again, that's what you're going to always expect ahead of any major tournament. And of course, we have questions. I'm sure you have your questions, I have mine. But the biggest surprise on this list is the omission of Maduka Okoye. The question here is this: what was the criteria used in this selection, especially in the goalkeeping department? Other departments are a little bit balanced, but in the goalkeeping department, what was the criteria used? Because I think apart from when Francis Uzoho came on as a substitute for Stanley Nwabali in the AFCON, he has not made even an invitation to the Super Eagles, right? So if you're going by that, then on what base, on what criteria was he now invited for another AFCON? Listen, this selection is just trying to move incorrect because this guy plays in the better league more than any other person here. Of all the goalkeepers Nigeria have in the Super Eagles, Maduka Okoye plays in the better league, in the tougher league. He plays more competitive games than any other player here. Stanley Nwabali is currently battling injury. So we are taking an injured Stanley Nwabali to be our first choice, which I do not complain about that. We are taking an injured Stanley Nwabali to the AFCON. Then the backup is who? Francis Uzoho, who has proven times without number that he cannot be relied on. I sincerely feel like this list was altered. This list was altered by some other people, because I do not think Eric Shell is the person that made this particular list, especially in the goalkeeping department. But every other department is very balanced. As for the defense, I think it's really, really balanced. The only new name we have here is Ryan Alebiosu, an Arsenal Academy graduate, currently plays for Blackburn Rovers, a decent right back. You need to watch this guy play, alright? He's attacking minded, he's defensive, he's all round balanced. So I feel like the person who got this guy invited did a great job. We have a few new names in the midfield. We have Usman Mohammed, we have Ebenezer. Ebenezer actually came from beyond limits of Remo Stars to Inter. His career has been, growing very, very well. So it's a good thing. This actually signifies hope that you can actually come from humble beginnings and actually eventually stand a chance to play for the Super Eagles. So I'm very, very okay with that. As for Usman, I'm sure most Nigerians have forgotten his goal many, many years ago against Atletico Madrid. He dazzled around. Look at the goal playing down here. Like, he dazzled around. He's very, very good. We were speaking about we needed ball carriers in the midfield, and we have Usman and we have Dele Bashiru. So in this midfield, I think this is the most balanced midfield that we've had in recent years. But on paper, anyway, on paper. And Victor Osimhen leads the attack with no Tolu, no Sadiq Umar, no Iheanacho. Paul Onuachu's recent form has been rewarded because recently he's been a different bowler. He has not really been well fed as a Super Eagles player. So I hope that with this new midfielders we have in place, he's going to get all the passes that he needs, because if you play him just the way he's been played in Turkey, I think he's going to get you goals. So generally, all around, apart from the goalkeepers, I don't think the list is a terrible list. Honestly, I don't think the list is a terrible list. I do not think that. I feel like all around the list is balanced. Everybody that has been selected here is completely based on previous form. Akwa Adams has not really been in that much form, but with the Super Eagles, we all know that he's a different bowler. We hope that he eventually gets to replicate the form in the AFCON. So generally, I'm okay with the list, but the goalkeeping department is where I have concerns.